Hello, my name is Nina Doors, and I'm a master's student at Claremont Graduate University. I recently graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from Chapman University, which is where I conducted this project with Dr. Amy Moores at the Onward Lab. Thank you for coming to listen about my poster presentation, which is on traditional sexual script and double standard adherence as predictors of heterosexual women's and men's previous engagement and desire in consensual non-monogamy. So first up, what is CNM? It's an acronym that I'll be using for the term consensual non-monogamy. Consensual non-monogamy is an umbrella term for relationships in which partners have made an agreement regarding having multiple sexual and/or romantic partners. This includes polyamory, swinging, and many more types of relationships. While research on this subject within psychology is fairly new, it's much more common than people think, with about 1 in 5 people having engaged in consensual non-monogamy at some point in their lives. While a variety of people engage in consensual non-monogamy, regardless of their political affiliation, religion, or age, there is a gender difference that arises, specifically among heterosexual individuals. Indeed, straight men are more interested and engage more in consensual non-monogamy compared to straight women. But why? That's what we try to figure out in this study. To create our hypotheses, we used a framework of sexual script theory. Specifically, we wanted to look at the idea that traditional sexual scripts are gendered, mononormative, and more punitive of women who engage in sex outside of a committed relationship than men who engage in sex outside of committed relationships. This effect is known as a double standard. The current study is a secondary data analysis which used data from the 2017 Singles in America survey. This is a dating and relationship questionnaire developed by the Kinsey Institute and funded by Match.com. A total of 3,008 participants from a demographically representative U.S. sample created our final sample for this study. These participants completed the following measures: endorsement of the traditional sexual script, attitudes towards casual sex, their desire in consensual non-monogamy, and their previous engagement in consensual non-monogamy. We looked at using gender as a moderator. So, what do we expect? We hypothesized that women would endorse the traditional sexual script more strongly than men, and they would also hold more negative attitudes towards casual sex than men, which would then account for their lower reports of consensual non-monogamy desire and engagement. So now let's look at our analyses. First up, we did find that women were more likely to endorse the traditional sexual script than men were, which predicted their lower reports of having previously engaged in consensual non-monogamy. Similarly, women had significantly more negative attitudes towards casual sex than men did, which predicted their lower reports of previous engagement in consensual non-monogamy. However, this was not the case when looking at desire to engage in consensual non-monogamy as our outcome. Indeed, neither endorsement of the sexual script nor attitudes towards casual sex predicted desire for consensual non-monogamy when gender was a moderator. In conclusion, this study demonstrates that gender norms and double standard constraints for women may account for the lower reports in consensual non-monogamy. However, this may not be at play in terms of desire. Lastly, to the best of our knowledge, this is the first study to investigate why gender differences in consensual non-monogamy exist, thus expanding the current research on consensual non-monogamy. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. You can find the abstract as well as the poster attached to this presentation. And feel free to connect with me if you have any other questions. Thank you.